What a world we live in. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that hurts me deeply because I don't really understand how we got here, if you know what I mean. So we're going to dive right into it, but I just want to preface this by saying I'm not trying to be despairing about the state of the world. I think that things can get a little bit ridiculous, okay? And today we're just gonna laugh, okay? We're not gonna despair. We're just gonna laugh at those ridiculous things, okay? But I think it is prudent to have like a little bit of social commentary in here, because what you're about to see is frankly just crazy, and it just makes you wonder what the priorities of society are. Okay, before we get into it, I know I keep saying that, but this video is sponsored by Scarf Set. So we will talk about them a little bit later, but I absolutely love them. Can't wait to let you guys know what they're all about. So let's get into it. We're gonna watch a TikTok to start, and then we're gonna talk about what we've seen. Essentially, we're dealing with overconsumption of something you might not have imagined would be overconsumed on TikTok. So here we go. Shoop, 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 shoop. 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 So I'm sitting here I'm sorry, but what is going on? I don't think I've ever seen so many spoons in one like location ever. And they're all like spread out like meticulously. That was a lot. It covered an entire freaking table. So interesting, to say the least. I wonder what they're calling these spoons. Do they have any particular TikTok suitable name for what are simply spoons? I wonder. I really do wonder. Let's see. Okay, guys, I'm freaking out and completely obsessed. If you want your hot girl summer, you're gonna need to manifest it, and let's start today. Okay, so what you're gonna need to do, you're gonna need to have scoopers. Yeah, it's May and there's no time to waste. So let me show you my collection. I'm not really there yet, you know, not to where I want to be, but again, we're manifesting, okay? So, and this has taken me a while, like I've worked for this. Yeah, take a good look. I mean, it's like a bouquet of silver in my hand. And it feels so nice too. Like they're made out of metal, and so they feel kind of cool on your fingers. Alright, let's look at some of these. Just look at this beautiful scooper. I love it so much. And these things are great because you can actually eat food with them. I mean, imagine like function and form. It's everything. It's literally everything. So, do me a favor. If you want to be your best self this summer, make sure you start your own collection. And I guarantee you, every time you look upon it, you'll just feel a reinvigoration of identity, self-worth, because you have gotten there, babe. You've reached the pinnacle. yeah, this is literally so much better than what? La New Coos, whatever that was. I don't even remember, because this has taken my mind off of literally everything. And I'm sitting in my little bed right now, but I want to just show you guys, like, beautiful, right? Okay, if you want more tips about hotness, girliness, and scoopers, give me a follow. So apparently, if you want to be a hot girl, you need a spoon collection. But don't fall into the trap of calling them by their mundane name. No, 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 no. You need to call them scoopers, and you need to appreciate them not for how they hold your food, which is what they were made to do, but how shiny they are, how silvery they are, how pretty. Now, I am not against having aesthetic things in your kitchen throughout your house, okay? We all need a little bright light in our lives at some point, right? And if we can get that through simple things like decoration, or, you know, it's always really satisfying to like have like a little, you know, item that's just a little more aesthetic than the rest. That's totally fine, okay? I love walking into, you know, people's houses. Like my aunt, everything's so aesthetic in her house. It makes me feel happy, it makes me feel warm. That's what I'd like to do when I eventually live somewhere on my own, okay? But there's a limit, and what I mean by that is like a limit psychologically, because none of these spoons are particularly remarkable. Okay, now, again, just a little rabbit trail. I like the idea of sort of finding remarkableness in unremarkable things. Okay, I think that's very admirable, because you want to like appreciate the simple things in life, right? But this is just delusional. This isn't appreciative. This is crazy. I'm sorry. How did this start? I feel like we've all just been using spoons forever, and they're in everybody's houses, and then suddenly they're like a commodity. In fact, they're being bought out at certain stores, like at home. And let's just roll the video. Hey guys, so I'm just like, should I be like embarrassed? Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. Because I feel like I did something that was like so influencer of me that I just like I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you guys, but just comfort me in the comments, I guess. It was literally yesterday, okay? And me and my girlfriends, we were shopping at home for our new apartment. And I saw the most majestic collection of scoopers that I've ever like laid my eyes on. It was like so great, okay? And so I went over there and I decided I just wanted to buy out the whole stock, you know, their whole stock of scoopers, because these things are going out of stock. People are going crazy over them, okay? You know, people, not me, whatever. That was a joke. Anyways, so, you know, like, I'm like, okay, hey girls, I'm going to just go over here. There's something I want to look at for myself, like for my own room. You guys, like, keep looking at the rugs. I'll be right back, okay? So, true to my word, I come back a little bit later, and my girlfriend's kind of noticed that, you know, my cart is like pretty full, but I had been smart and I had put like some sheets over all the scoopers, but it wasn't smart enough apparently, because my best friend like ripped the sheets away. She saw that there was just like a bed like a foot high of scoopers in my cart, and I am embarrassed about it, but come on, like, you would do the same thing. Anyways, and so she was like, oh my god, like, I can't believe you would like go buy them all out and we don't even have a chance to get any. Like, aren't you gonna share them with us? Like, maybe we could split it in 3 and like we could each have a collection. And I'm like, girl, like I am the one who discovered this treasure trove of scoopers. Okay, this beautiful, gleaming, just like stash of those silver curved beauties. Okay, like I'm not gonna give these up, like not even for my best friend. And I told her that, and she lost her mind on me. Lost her mind, guys. And like I'm still reeling from it, and I was like crying yesterday. But she was like, oh my god, like you're so selfish. Like I've been feeling like for the past like couple years like you're really not on my side with anything, and like this just proves it. Like you're only looking out for yourself, you only think about yourself. And I'm just sitting there like, what the heck? Like seriously, we're gonna go there? Like it's really not that deep, it's not that serious, it's not. And so I expressed as much, and she threw up her hands and walked right out of the store. And I had driven us all there, so I'm like, okay, she's gonna come right back. Like, how is she gonna leave? And it turned out like she literally got an Uber. She literally got an Uber to leave the store. And now I'm like, what the heck are we gonna do? Because we're supposed to move into our new apartment in a week. School starts in 2 weeks. I'm just like, you know, just to calm myself down, the one thing I know, I have my scoopers. Okay, nobody can take them away from me. Nobody can take them away from me. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining the poor best friend just watching her friend, her roommate, be insane. However, I don't really sympathize with this best friend too much because she also wanted the spoons. She was like, split it with us. Why? Well, a good reason could be, oh, I need spoons too. But when you're living in an apartment, like 3 girls living in an apartment, presumably going to college, she said school starts in a week, you know. I mean, when I'm in college and I have 1 spoon. 1 spoon, 1 scooper. So, guess I'm not going viral for that. 1 spoon. So, I don't really know what's going on there, but so I don't think it's like a function over form type thing. I don't think this roommate is being like, oh well, it's not fair because you're taking all of them. Like, can I just have 1 because I need 1? No, this is like I want to start my own collection, which is hilarious. I feel like I'm coming off as judgy right now, but like just think about it. We had Labubu's, we had Stanley's, we had Dubai chocolate. Okay, IHOP was selling $100 Dubai chocolate pancakes, right? We had all these weird TikTok trends like water talk, just like can't drink normal water anymore, boba tea talk, coffee talk, like making like frappuccinos in like 5 foot tall vases, you know? TikTok loves to take things to the most extreme level possible, the most extreme level imaginable. And we just fall into that trap time and time again. And this time, I mean, yeah, it's like these collections are extreme, but it's a little bit more extreme mentally because we're stretching so far to try to find something aesthetically significant in spoons. And it's not just something aesthetically significant though, it's something trying to extort virality from objects that should just be. I mean, can we all just be? Do we have to go viral? Do we have to constantly be something notable on social media? Do we have to? I think this girl describes what I'm saying pretty well, so let's watch what she has to say. Okay, can somebody please tell me why we're going down this rabbit hole again, like as a society? Like, haven't we already been here? I'm just confused. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, lucky you. But there has recently been a trend going around on our favorite life-sucking trap. Rhymes with McMock. And it's essentially people collecting spoons, refusing to call them spoons, which they are. Like, let's just be like clear about it, okay? Refusing to call them spoons. And like acting like these are like life-changing like collectibles. They're getting this crap from freaking Home Goods. They're getting this crap from IKEA. Like, if you don't see how absolutely ridiculous this is, I don't know what to tell you, but we are officially like, we are off the map. We haven't just lost the plot, okay? We've lost all direction. We don't have working compasses. We don't know how to navigate by stars. Nothing, literally nothing. There's no saving grace going on here. Okay, and like, okay, like I expected the evolution of the human race like sooner or later, but I didn't think it would come with spoons, and I didn't think it would come in 2026. Like, isn't this still like a little early for us to be devolving into a dystopian society? And look, okay, some of you are gonna say, oh my god, you're making it out to be so much worse than it is. Okay, sure, I can admit I'm being like a little bit dramatic. Okay, and yes, I know there's irony because I'm posting this on the very app I'm criticizing, but we all have our vices. And if I don't say it, who's gonna say it, right? But look, guys, like, this is not just a stupid little trend. This is indicative of something broader, something bigger, something scarier than I think we tend to realize. I think with all these other, you know, like trends that we see where we kind of treat them as like mindless fun, like Black Friday-esque, like, oh my god, we're gonna go shopping for the new Wicked Stanley Cup and freaking trample like pregnant women and old ladies. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna trample everybody in our path. We're gonna like jump over barriers to get into Starbucks. I eat like stuff like that, okay? And we just think of this like, oh, this is like just funny, right? These are novel items, and people are hardwired to want novel items. These are spoons. Spoons. I just let that sink in for a second, okay? Because I've been letting it sink in for a hot second, and I'm concerned. First of all, before we continue with any commentary, I have to say I love this scarf on this TikToker, and that actually reminds me of today's sponsor, Scarf Set. So let's talk about them for a second. I have a ton of scarves that I've gotten from Scarf Set over the last couple weeks. They send you a new one every week. It's amazing. So let me show you some of what I've gotten. Okay, so this is a beauty, okay? Gorgeous. I mean, it matches my blue theme right now, but I think it's a nice pop of color to any outfit. I love how soft it is, how light it is. It's not overpoweringly hot, and that's great as we move into May. Hot girl summer. Okay, it has these multicolored flowers. They're so cute. They're so pretty. And the tasseled ends. Okay, so Scarf Set sent that one to me about a month ago. This one came last week. And this, oh, it's just heavenly. It has that cashmere feel to it. And look at the design here. It's a nice cream color and then like a browner sort of flower motif. It's also not too hot, but it is warmer than that one, so it's kind of like a blustery day. I can wear this, right? Similar to that is this bad boy. This is a bit thicker. This one came 2 weeks ago. How pretty is that? So it's got these leaves, right? And here you can kind of see some depth of color. There's like some bluish green here, some like orange here, but then on the other side it's all just like a plainer leaf motif, so you can switch it out on the sides, see what works with your outfit. Tasseled, but shorter tassels. So these are just absolutely gorgeous. And then this one came 3 weeks ago. Okay, so I really like this one. It kind of goes with basically anything, unless you have like it might not go with this because this shirt is pretty patterned. Okay, but it would go great with anything plainer. It's like heavy, but not like hot heavy. Like this one is pretty hot heavy, okay? This is like, just like you wrap it around yourself, you feel warm, but you're not gonna like start sweating as quickly. I think it's just very cute, understated, you know. And it just puffs up real nice when you like go like this, you know. Anyway, so the Scarf Set is great. They've sent me all of these, and they've sent me each one in a pack of 4. I pick which one I want, and I send the rest back. Okay, so, and I have 4 scarves after 4 weeks. So I'd highly recommend that you guys go check them out. The link is in the description. Just use the code SHINY031 to get 50% off your first month, okay? Alright, thank you so much for considering supporting me, and let's get back into the video. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit defeated right now because I feel like my whole thesis is that things have gotten a little out of control on TikTok. Like, we've lost the plot, but I can't really say that, can I? Because they've already been out of control. All these trends, all these insufferable, you know, influencers who they do all sorts of, you know, morally gray things, like, you know, take brand deals when they don't actually have time to test out the products, and they just, everything's for money, or, you know, maybe they try to just sort of like take away the livelihood of, you know, somebody else on the platform or whatever. I just think it's a platform that can encourage this mean-spirited like competition that just leaves everybody with a bad taste in their mouth and a couple people with a lot of money. And that's not to say that every influencer is like that, okay? That would be a false statement for sure. It's just a dangerous, you know, realm. And there can be a lot of pain that happens because of it. Now, this really, it's not that big of a deal, okay? It's just a symptom of a larger societal atmosphere where we need trends. It's like trends are addictive. When we collect what's in the trend, we get that dopamine, right? And we want to have that feeling as much as possible. And when we display what we've collected, we feel a sense of community. And that's great. I think that's one of the good things about social media, is the way it helps us build communities, the way it helps us get ideas out there, especially if we are trying to make movements happen, if we're trying to support certain groups of marginalized people, if we're trying to get people to be aware of very real issues that are occurring all throughout the world, okay? I sympathize with the idea that participating in these trends is super exciting, okay? But come on, this is people's money that we're talking about. Like, that's not something to sneeze at, especially if you are one of the many people who are not, you know, rich. And when the price of groceries is insane and I feel anxiety going to the supermarket to get eggs, you know, and I'm not even in, you know, a really bad spot. Like, I feel very grateful for the position I'm in, but I think all of us are struggling in ways we didn't really, that are tough for our financial stress, okay? Anyways, that is beside the point. No, it's not beside the point. It is the point. But what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to get to, is that you can't just throw around money like this on stupid trends. What do you need? You need a spoon, a fork, a knife, right? If you're living in a dorm or like a college apartment, maybe 2 of each of those things. So when you wash, like, you can, you know, have one. That's, you know, like, we don't need, how many were on that table? Like, I don't even know. But I think it's a good idea to, like, say, what do I need? And then to purchase accordingly, especially if you're moving into a new place, right? Like that girl who bought out the entire scooper stock of at home. Now, that's not to say that you're not allowed to, like, go shopping, you know? Like, I recently got this shirt, okay? Like, I'm not, and did I need this shirt necessarily? Do I not have any other shirts? No, okay? But this just takes things to a new level, especially when it's something like spoons. Alright, well, I think I've kind of talked my head off about all of this, but just let me know what you'd like to see in the next one. Make sure to check out Scarf Set using my code, find the link in the description, and let me know how you feel about this scooper debacle down in the comments. Alright, keep it shiny, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Okay, forgive me, but can somebody please tell me why we move from trend to trend? Like, we're just on one of those, like, airport walkways and our surroundings are, like, moving past us, and, like, here we have, like, boba tea talk, and then here we have Dubai chocolate, Starbucks bear cup, whatever the frick. And now we're glorifying spoons? Spoons. Guys. Spoons. I get confused, and I think you guys probably know what I mean, because anybody who follows me, like, we kind of understand things in the same way, but I'm just like, why can't we just live? Why does everything have to be consumerism. Just, this is what I want to get, this is what I want to get, I want to get more of this, I want to get all of this, I want to collect this. I think collecting can be a really great thing and can be a way for people to express their passions and their creativity, okay? Like, I'm not against collecting on principle, but I am against over-consuming, and especially over-consuming for no discernible reason, just because it's a trend on some social media platform that we've all been conditioned to be slaves to. It's just ridiculous.